Hey guys, welcome back. Please like those videos, recommend it to others, and hit that subscribe button so you can keep seeing videos just like this.
Now the following video takes place at a house where construction has been going on for quite some time. The person who took this is a carpenter who was recently hired to work on this property, but unbeknownst to him, this house would be the reason why he doesn't work here alone anymore. One day, while working by himself, strange noises start to emanate from inside the house.
But yeah. Oh, well, what the hell? Is this what I'm talking about? You guys heard that? Whoa. I don't want to go up there. I do not.
According to the carpenter, no one else was home. Both the property owner and the construction crew who are usually seen here are away for the weekend, which of course doesn't help to make things any less creepy. If no one is here, then what were those noises? While it's possible that a stranger had sneaked in without him noticing, this next part is what makes this whole video pretty creepy, as it seems to hint that maybe it's not a stranger. Now after hearing what sounded like footsteps, the carpenter proceeds to show the basement. This is where he claims to have had another creepy experience from days before. But while showing it, this happens.
Oh, I seen like an elbow leave this room, but there's nobody else that lives here. This is my client's house. Oh, I swear. Oh my God. Oh, hell, that's what I'm talking about right there. This shit is shaking. There's nobody else in the house with me. I swear. This is where I heard those footsteps at. Oh, what the? Oh, it's coming from here. Oh, there's a little. Oh my goodness. That right there. That right there is always. I'm sorry, I can't even talk right. Doing this job out here, look at. See the job? Doing this right here.
I didn't see it. Oh.
And man, I've seen things. Things still shaking, dude. I can't even look at it. Oh, maybe some of these objects were haunted. What the? Yo, this is moving and this is moving. Why isn't this one moving? I'm used to this already. You know what I mean? Like, don't follow me home.
It's at this point where the supposed break-in turns into something else entirely. Not one, but several lights begin to swing on their own. And to make things even creepier, just as the first light continues to sway, a sudden noise erupts from the display cabinet behind the carpenter.
Oh, what the? Oh, it's coming from here. Oh, it's a little. Oh my goodness.
The porcelain doll only makes the encounter that much more unsettling. But overall, this whole experience has left him beyond spooked. He continues to work here given that he was contracted, but currently, and perhaps to his relief, nothing has happened since then. Yet still, the question remains, just what exactly took place inside this house? As with all videos, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions.
Nah. Quit your job. Leave. That's like an Annabelle doll. That place is 100% haunted. It straight up looks haunted.
Như thằng bé nó đang cầm cái đàn ấy. Ô nhìn đúng ra cái đàn guitar luôn, nó đang cầm cái đàn một tay ở đánh.
Giống y hệt luôn. Phóng to lại nhìn giật mình. Có cả mắt này, cả mũi này, cả mồm.
I see it. I don't know what they're saying, but I see it.
I can't see it. It is the snow.
What the heck? Núi đấy.
Wow.
It is the snow.
That's crazy. That's straight up a face. Y'all see it, right? It does look like a face. You know what? I literally thought the same thing when I saw that movie. That looks like the same person. Could be a coincidence, but y'all know how I feel about coincidences.
Mírenla. Esto es algo sobrenatural. ¿Ustedes habían llegado a ver esto? Nunca en la vida. Tienen que venir a ver esta especie de mata nativa. Está pegada en las entrañas de la tierra.
That looks crazy.
Posiblemente sea una nueva especie de mata.
That looks crazy, so I know that's probably fake.
Es patrimonio natural del medio ambiente, pero es que mírenla, señores. La hemos identificado. Yo, José Iber Ortiz, la encontré con mi familia.
Nah, fam. I refuse to believe this is real. That looks fake. Think it might be made of clay.
So the I'm about to tell you, you probably won't believe, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So this lady, she's an animal communicator, a pet psychic. She said she had a cat client. Now this cat already it lost its life, but she was talking to this cat in spirit. And I know how that sounds already. Listen to the story. She was speaking to this cat in spirit and asked this cat, why did she have an obsession with trucks, big trucks, before she died? I'm guessing this is what the owner wanted to know about her own cat. And the cat told her the reason she had an obsession with big trucks when she was here living on this earth is because in her previous life, she used to be a truck. You heard what I just said? So the animal psychic said to her, that's not possible because living things can't be objects, basically. And the cat told her that all things have souls. But you don't believe me, right? Look at this.
Let's just get weird, all right? So I'm going to tell you what I was never going to tell anybody.
Okay, listen.
8 months ago, I did a session for a cat named Florence, and she was in spirit. And I did the whole session, you know, asked my usual questions. And then when I got to the point where I looked to see if the mom had questions she wanted me to ask her, I said to Florence, I said, this is interesting. This is an interesting question. And she said, what, about the trucks?
Listen.
And I said, yes, about you liking big trucks, because her mom wanted to know why she liked big trucks. So Florence says, I used to be a truck.
Listen.
And I didn't even know. Like, I was like thinking to myself, what the, like, what? I said, Florence, that makes no sense. She said, everything has a soul, even inanimate objects.
Listen.
And after, so I write all my sessions, right? I write what they say. I wrote that down, everything has a soul, even inanimate objects. And I like put my phone down and I looked up and I was like, I quit. Like, this is it. This is too much. So I said to her, I said, I really don't believe that because I didn't believe that. She said, you don't have to believe it. You can believe whatever you want to believe. And I said, Florence, this feels very wrong. And she said, what would feel right to you? And I said, I don't know, if you liked, you know, trucks because you liked being up high, or maybe you drove a truck in a past life, but actually being a truck, that's impossible. She said, nothing is impossible, everything is possible. And I said, a truck is not a living thing. She said, who said a soul needs to be inside a living thing?
I'm not going to tell you what I believe, but I want to know what you believe. And I want to know now. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you believe. Let me know what you believe.
I believe that lady might be crazy. How's a truck gonna have a soul? That don't make no sense. What are the rules for things having a soul? Can my Gatorade have a soul? He sounds crazy for sure.
Bro, this is fucking ridiculous. What am I supposed to do? Oh my god. Help! Should I lay on the ground? Oh my god. Flashbang after flashbang. I'm gonna making jokes. Jesus Christ. Bro, what is going on? This is ridiculous. I've never seen something like this. Why is the universe flashbanging me, bro? I didn't fucking do anything. Oh my god. Okay. I think I'm gonna lay under my mattress.
Well, damn, what can you do other than kind of sit there helplessly? I guess maybe just go to sleep. What else is there left to do, right?
The following video was recorded inside a subway carriage with not many passengers on board. The person who took this is known as Mark Ogpas, and apparently, while taking a late night train back to his hotel, he saw something that made his skin crawl. According to Mark, I caught something that was not normal and gave me goosebumps. Now, just for context, this video was taken in 2023 after Mark had come back from playing at a festival that same night. Given that Mark is both a musician and a singer, he rarely posts anything that isn't about making songs or singing on stage. One look at his channel and you'll find clips of him either playing at sold-out venues or jamming with friends. All of his videos have nothing to do with anything creepy or paranormal. That is, until recently. After sharing countless videos about music, Mark uploads something that he's kept private for 3 years. On the night of September 2nd, 2023, Mark was riding a train in the city of Vienna with friends and family who had just seen him perform at a venue that just ended. Not sure if he was just seeing things, he takes out his phone and records this.
I don't see it. Oh, I see it. Damn, bro.
Among all passengers on board, one rider stands out the most. Sitting alone and appearing quite stiff is someone who's dressed in all black. They don't move and show no expression whatsoever on their face. Like a body devoid of any life, they remain still while staring off with a dead gaze. Now, of course, the odds of this being an actual person dressed in funeral attire are not low, but being dressed as a mourner in the dead of night with a stiff demeanor will definitely spook anyone. However, what makes this truly unsettling is a tiny detail that Mark mentions. According to him, when he showed this video to his friends who were sitting across from the lady in black, they told him that they didn't see anyone sitting there at the time. The seat was entirely empty as they recall. The mourner, as Mark calls her, was only seen by him and thankfully by a few others around him. But of course, what do you think? Had Mark captured a full-figure apparition on camera? Or did he just record someone who strangely appeared lifeless while dressed in funeral garments? As always, I'll let you come up with your own conclusion.
Oh my god, that's creepy as hell, dude. That's like something straight out of a horror movie. Like a ghost following him around. I think it's time for you to go home. Good luck, man, wherever you are. Hope you made it.
And that's the kind of they're taking all of your ideas, they're scrambling your little heads, messing with you. And then meanwhile, you're a little pawn in this game and they're doing such crazy, you can't even begin to imagine, Andrew. You can't even begin to imagine what these guys at Lockheed Martin are doing.
I mean, are we in danger?
Oh yeah.
Are you in danger?
Very much so.
Do you have an exit plan?
I have two. Okay.
What, can you share them?
Okay, here's the thing. Are you familiar with AI?
A little bit.
Okay. You know about ASI?
KSI, this Twitch streamer?
No, dude. ASI. Artificial superintelligence.
No.
There's AGI, artificial general intelligence. So what you need to understand is the people who are the most concerned are guys like me, billionaires. Okay, we're scared for our lives, bro. Because the second that ASI, artificial superintelligence, is created, people's jobs are obsolete.
Yep.
People are no idea what they're going to do with their time. And guys like me, we're the targets. So we're building bunkers underneath our ground. Okay, Zuck just built one.
Are you buddies?
Of course. We actually went to UFC. We're
It kind of sounds like he's trolling. Like he's kind of like joking, but kind of not. All the stuff that I keep seeing coming out that he was saying beforehand, I'm like, bro, it's just odd that what happened. It's just really weird. I just flew over Little Rock, Arkansas. Another meteor? Maybe we're getting visitors. I get that there's meteors, but doesn't it feel like we've just had a lot of them lately, like over the past couple weeks? I don't know if I believe it necessarily, but people have been seeing things.
This Oliver Tree situation keeps getting stranger the more you look into it. So Oliver Tree passes away at 32 2 weeks before his 33rd birthday. Shortly before his trip to Brazil, he collaborates with another Mexican artist named Malcriada, and together they make a Mr. Pizza series, which is supposed to be this dreamlike weird core aesthetic. They're teaching kids to be aware of adults offering things like gifts and candy and Roblox cards for no reason. Teaching kids to be aware of strangers asking to meet them alone, basically teaching kids to spot the danger signs. And the bad guy in the video is named Mr. Pizza. And I'm sure we all know what pizza is by now. If not, you've probably been living under a rock. Now keep in mind, Oliver Tree left Atlantic Records on the 1st of April saying that he was frustrated with the label. And apparently he said it was like a nightmare. He was trying to release his album Love You Madly, Hate You Badly, and it was cancelled. Fast forward, he releases his album independently by himself after leaving Atlantic Records. Around the same time, he starts dropping these videos with Mr. Pizza. Now, I'm not saying anything for sure, I'm just saying that the timeline is interesting. But let me know what you guys think.
I'm all about theories, man. But I'll be honest, a lot of times I'm skeptical. When things like this happen, you can't help that your mind goes to that. It seems like they were actually trying to silence him. I don't know, man. It's creepy. You don't want it to be true.
She convinced a family she was 12 years old and got adopted, but she's really a serial con artist who's pulled off some genuinely unhinged scams. First, she tricked a pastor of a church into believing she was a young autistic girl named Gabriella who escaped an abusive home. She gained the trust of the congregation and not only received financial assistance, but had a family take her in. She drank milk out of a bottle, used a pacifier, faked night terrors, and spoke in a fake high-pitched voice. She claimed she was forced to take hormones, which affected her physical appearance, and her new family believed it for over a year, even throwing her a birthday party. But that's when a relative thought something was a bit off with Gabriella and did some digging. Turns out this wasn't Gabriella's first rodeo. She's 37 and has done this at least 3 other times, one of which involved her inserting around 100 into her own skin to convince a family she was a victim of witchcraft rituals. She even conned a politician into buying and furnishing her an entire apartment and would just flee from state to state every time she got caught.
How many times has this happened? I swear I've seen like 10 different people do this. I think what's crazier is that people keep falling for it, and this is why people have trust issues.
Hey, what's up, America? Triangle-shaped object spotted over Area 51. Now, we have pictures of it, and some people believe that this is a new form of aircraft that's superior to anything on Earth that we know of. Now, this is an image that was spotted over Area 51. Some people believe this is a Boeing F-47 that's being tested right now. Other people believe it's an unknown type of aircraft that we're developing, and God only knows what its purpose is.
That's crazy.
Now, this is different than the Dorito that was spotted over Area 51 just months ago. Now, here's an image of the Boeing F-47. Some people believe that this might be the aircraft that's in that image. I think it looks very similar. And if it isn't this, it could be a modified form of this aircraft for maybe another purpose down the line. Now, I've always thought that they were testing secret aircraft there, as well as downed UFOs and downed alien equipment. But it looks like we're up to developing something that'll probably subjugate the world because of our power. So that's actually quite awesome to see that being built.
That's a UFO. Yeah, I guess the government's making it, but that's a UFO. If you saw that, you wouldn't think that's a human aircraft. That's a damn UFO. A reverse engineered one, but a UFO nonetheless.
You are looking at the preserved blood vessels of a Tyrannosaurus rex. These have been isolated from a T-Rex fossil, and a paper was just published that finally reveals a little bit more about how this can happen. It's been almost 2 decades since scientists first published that they could get these stretchy examples of soft tissue from non-bird dinosaurs, and at the time, it was very controversial, and it's continued to be controversial over the decades. However, the evidence continues to suggest that the people who are arguing that this is real biological material from the non-bird dinosaurs, the evidence continues to suggest they were right. In this paper, they looked at 2 different examples of this stretchy tissue. They used the example from Tyrannosaurus rex and then Brachylophosaurus canadensis. And they were using a new method, resonance Raman imaging, to look for specific unbroken bonds that are associated with hemoglobin. The fact that they were able to use this new method to show that the hemi was still actually bonded shows that this wasn't bacteria that was just kind of contaminating the fossil, which was one of the main hypotheses for what this could have been when it was originally discovered. By focusing on the molecule, they were able to identify a potential pathway for how these blood vessels could be preserved for over 66 million years, and it has to do with iron from the original hemoglobin. And as that organism decays, that iron can be released, and it actually acts like a crosslink, kind of like a chemical glue that strengthens these bonds. And then over time, it can turn into a mineral called goethite. And that goethite ends up kind of like a mineral shell that contains these and allows them to fossilize.
So that's it. I guess it's actually starting, bro. They're for sure gonna clone it. You can't tell me they're not. And every single one of you would pay to see that. Don't lie. I know you would. We might actually see a clone dinosaur in our lifetime.
My brain is not comprehending this because
is that a waterfall?
The creek is down here, and there's a waterfall coming back there, but it literally looks like it's coming from the log. Like there's no water flowing into that log to fall down. So where is that water coming from?
How is this happening?
Am I crazy?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It might be a trap. I think maybe it is meant to lure you in. They should go check it out.
Y'all tell me why I'm in Five Below and my daughter's like, ooh, look. And I'm like, girl, we are not getting that. No way. Look how they tried to dress it up and make it all pretty. Nuh-uh. And a Ouija board is still in a Ouija board. I can't believe they didn't set this out here, y'all. They are promoting this to the kids. Just casually have it sitting outside of the kids' house. That's crazy.
The fact that it's pink and sparkly is kind of hilarious, though. They're definitely trying to get some kids into it.
A secret society has been exposed, and it involves Democrats, Republicans, European leaders, and also Jared Kushner. Hold on, get on your tinfoil hat. Is the Saison Island somehow tied to this secret society that wants to prepare for World War III? 200 members of the global elite are set to attend Peter Thiel's Secret Society retreat, featuring discussions on cult building and preparing for World War III. If you were preparing for a world or a post-apocalyptic world, you would need a bunker. And this is where Jared Kushner may get involved. Again, hold on tight. So what's interesting about this story is Peter Thiel's organization is called Dialogue, a private invite-only society compared to Bilderberg and the World Economic Forum. The organization was founded by Peter Thiel. I know this reads like this is Alex Jones 101. The Bilderbergs, the Democrats, the elites, the skeleton people. This is real, and it's been released. This is why the issues in this world, they're not left versus right. They're up versus down. In 2025, Dialogue purchased land in DC for a planned campus. They say that they don't have a website accessible to the public or disclose membership. Well, how about this breaking news? Embedded in the code of their closed-off website, there is what seems to be a list of some members. Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, Tulsi Gabbard, Jared Kushner, Reid Hoffman, Larry Summers, Cory Booker. There's New York Times journalists that are involved. The thing that stood out to me most about Peter Thiel's dialogue was the diversity, not the kind we usually argue about. Societal diversity. Every layer of power in one room, that is the whole design. So yeah, they literally show this. They've got people from the right, the Koch Foundation, Ted Cruz. On the left, Cory Booker, Governor Moore. So multiple Democratic governors. They've got the money, Treasury Secretary Bessent, Brass and Wires, NATO commanders, ex-Intel chief Palantir, Screen and Pulpit, Washington Post, Ezra Klein, actors, clergy, left, right, brass, money, screen, pulpit, all in one room, all off the record. As someone who believes in equal rights, I'm deeply offended at the lack of women represented on this list of members of Peter Thiel's secret society. Where are all the evil women?
So Bohemian Grove 2.0, actually like 10.0 by now. Here's the Illuminati right here. That's the Illuminati. Allegedly. Allegedly. Don't sue me. Here's the Illuminati. Allegedly. And what sucks, man, is it feels like there's no way out of this. That's why they made Alex Jones go crazy. Alex Jones was right. Allegedly. Don't sue me. Getting that summer vacation in before Halloween, huh? I guess we all need a break every once in a while. Good for him. Good for him.
Now this next video was recorded by an overnight security guard who works at a cemetery. One night, while doing his rounds, he records a video for his brother-in-law whom he wanted to show the crematorium that's on this property. Apparently, it gets pretty creepy once it's dark, and he wanted to show him why he doesn't like patrolling this area. Now for those who don't know, a crematorium is a place where the deceased are cremated and essentially reduced to ashes. These remains are then put inside urns, which the families then keep. But knowing what goes on back here only makes what was captured that much more unsettling. As the guard records this video, he captures this.
They turn off automatically at a certain hour. And I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna walk you through now. I have a friend that works.
Oh my god, that's creepy.
See and hear things coming from these furnaces when they're burning the bodies. So when I'm walking through here,
bro, turn on the light
out to send to the families. So when I'm walking here at night, I walk right by these urns that they put on these tables here, and then I come down, freaking out.
Oh my god. Yeah, he hauled it out of there.
As if the crematorium wasn't already creepy enough, this occurrence made it worse. Now something odd happens when he passes by the furnaces and it's heard on camera. A loud tapping sound is picked up by the mic, but strangely, it happens only when he passes by the furnaces.
Now I have a friend that works.
Now even if the chamber was somehow messing with the phone's mic, it doesn't explain what happens next, because out of nowhere, an urn from across the room starts to vibrate. Only this one begins to move, and not a single other urn does the same. Now that's creepy, but it doesn't stop there, because moments later, this happens. The urn's lid begins to creep open by itself. Seeing this, he bolts out in a panic frenzy before stopping to catch his breath and seeing this. It's as if someone had walked out from inside. Having no explanation for this or this, he clocks out immediately and tells his boss what just happened. Now, while there haven't been any updates, it's safe to say the security guard will be keeping his distance from this place. For now, not much else is known about that night, or how the urn had seemingly came alive. But one thing's for sure though, if that specific urn actually had remains inside, then what just happened becomes a whole lot creepier.
Oh my god, dude. Can you imagine? I'd be scarred for life. No. Why does a crematorium need a security guard anyways? That sounds like they're trying to find more victims. Billboard promoting people to skip showers to be eco-friendly? Save water, shower tomorrow. Ain't no way, dude. Ain't no freaking way. Oh my god. That's actually insane. That's like the other billboards we've seen that say don't hire humans. Bro, this whole data center thing, this whole water thing, this whole Jeff thing, I swear people aren't mad enough. People are not mad enough. Nobody cares. That's what it feels like. Don't nobody give a crap. This person says skip meals, skip sleep, skip showers. They really made us into peasants. Apparently, bro. All while we were asleep right under our noses.
Let me get in here. Oh, hell no.
Probably the worst place to explore. It's all fun and games until one of those comes to life. Bro. Nope. Well, guys, that's all I have today. Thanks for hanging out with me again. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, you're awesome and I appreciate you. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.